Welcome to the We Out Here podcast. What is it? I don't know. Yo. What happens when you order food like pho and they don't have chopsticks or a spoon? What do? Alec.
You eat it like this. You eat it like this. You eat it like this. You put it in your hands and eat it like this. And then you
That's enough. That was terrifying. Welcome to the We Out Here MMA podcast, but
not a show, but now a podcast.
Yeah. Hey, want to know what's funny though? Is like, because we're using your recording, that me singing when I was doing that, it was on beat to me, but on your end, it's gonna be hella off beat. So like, it was sounded hella sick when I was like, but on yours, it's probably gonna be like,
Welcome to the We Out Here MMA, not podcast, but show, but now podcast. Guys, if you want to see Alex eat pho without a chopsticks and a spoon, because it happened to him today, hit up his Twitch. He's doing a mukbang where he streams games and he eats hot soups with his hands. It's very different.
oh shit.
You should do that. You should do more mukbangs. Mukbangs or mukbangs?
Mukbang. What do you think?
Mukbang.
Is that the white version, mukbang? The American
I thought it was mukbang. I don't fucking know how to say it.
Mukbang.
Nick, tell us.
Mukbang.
You have them. Well, your eyes are covered right now, but you do look the most Asian out of all of us. What do you think?
Hey, them sunglasses go hard though.
Yeah, my boy Alex left him on my house, so I'm gonna rock them. I'm gonna rock with them. These are
They go
cool.
hard.
Wait, why are you?
I don't think I can pull
these.
these off though. You know, just as a tribute to my man Alex, because he left him on my house. So
Hey,
I'm
what's
gonna
my
wear 'em.
tribute? What's my tribute to?
Captain Hook.
No.
Balil Muhammad.
There we go, baby.
Ah.
That's what happens when you don't have good MMA gloves. All right, guys? Let's relax with the eye poking for 2 days. Just 2 days.
Or fucking illegal knees for 2 days, bro. Like,
What's up,
goddamn.
man? What's up with
Guys.
the illegal knees though, huh? No one like is it just fresh in everyone's mind, so they just have to do it more? Like, what's going on, dude?
That could be what it is. It's
What's
like
up?
recency bias. They're like, oh man, this is the hot thing to get on the We Out Here MMA show topics. Let's these.
But the Eric Anders one was way worse than the Aljamain one, I feel like.
Wow, like how our transition guys are kind of foreshadowing what we're going to talk about, but also it's
Yeah.
more like casual and super chill, but we're not going to comment on Nick looking like, you do look like you're fresh out of Complex magazine right now.
Really? Oh, that's a compliment. Because my
Now
shirts
when
were
you-
too
now when
small
you
last
say-
week.
Now when
huh?
you say that.
You know why I'm fresh? I look like I'm fresh off of robbing someone right now.
You kind of do.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's good. It's layering. It's like Gap, but like more you know?
Like
Alex,
street chic.
Yeah. By the way,
Like,
get
look
some
how
stock-
unmatching I am. Like a red beanie with blue and blue like matches.
You know, fuck that, dude. If someone's matchy all the time, that's not a good look, dude.
Bro, that's like,
Like,
90%
if your
of
shirt-
rappers.
If your shirt matches your shoes, come on, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just wear neutral colors. You don't need to wear colorful stuff like that. Come on.
Guys, let's do our fight recap. No cap. What a weekend of fights. It was a fight night on ESPN. We had the very entertaining and not drama-filled main event of Leon Edwards versus Balil. Say his nickname.
Remember the name.
Muhammad.
Thy name. Thy name.
Is it thy name? Remember thy name, Muhammad. We were alluding to this earlier, and guess what? Let's talk about it. Eye pokes, but why? And here's my theory. Really quick. My theory of why this has been happening a lot, I actually blame Nick. I'm going to say right now.
Nick.
The Muay Thai community. I blame the Muay Thai community for framing and putting your Nick literally taught us this, is that when you kick, a round kick is to frame, put your fingers out to create distance. And I think the Muay Thai community needs to answer for this crime.
Nick doesn't let us cut our fingernails either, so
He
he makes
says-
them have us long.
So we can also play classical guitar. It's weird that he makes us do this.
Yeah.
But no, really.
We
I
don't
think
use
it's because-
picks when we play guitar. We don't do that.
I forgot what commentator said this, but he's like, man, people, or maybe it was actually, was homeboy that beat Kevin Lee. I always forget his name. Sorry, I gotta put some respect on that.
Kiesa.
Kiesa, I think he was talking about like people just need to adopt more of that, the hand positioning of like boxing, because they're always just like fist closed. But
I like how you said
Muay Thai-
Kiesa beat Lee.
What did I say? Kiesa what?
You said Kiesa beat Lee, but he didn't.
Did he? Not?
No.
He lost by
I knew what you
a
meant.
really
I knew what you
good
meant.
Cut to the clip of Kiesa getting choked out, but then also being like, I didn't get choked out.
And he's talking about his mom the whole time. So not really cool, controversial.
But yeah, I liked his comment. It was like, I think people just have that, everyone trains Muay Thai, so you're naturally going to do that. How do you stop it? You tell me, Alex. You tell me, Nick. First of all, how do you stop it without introducing any new? Is there a way to stop without introducing any new let's say equipment? Go, Alex. You first. This better be good. I'm gonna vote.
You change it to immediately. There's 0 warnings. There's 0 stern warnings. It is immediately a point taken away.
Interesting. So you're saying use the tactic basically of fear of like you can basically lose a whole round even if you accidentally.
Imagine if you know that. I bet you anything. People's hands go from this to this or this 100%. Because I was just talking about this today at work with Dylan from Super Rare. I was saying, at some point you got to think like there's certain people that poke eyes a lot, and AKA I do like him, but John Jones, AKA DC.
You don't think it's malicious? You don't think it's malicious though? It's just their fighting style.
At some point though, bro, you're at such a high level. I know shit can be just like a normal reaction, but they're at such high levels, fighting for world champions multiple times and shit. It's like you gotta know that you can't, and you have to be reminded multiple times in fights.
Yeah. I'm
not saying that Edwards did it maliciously, but if you just knew in the back of your head, like, hey, if we poke this guy in the eye, we are losing a point. So it was like it would. I think it would help people be like, all right, in training and all that shit, they would make sure that they're training with their hands differently, like not putting their hands out like this. And you know what I'm saying? Because like, I've been in what's my record? Like 25-0. Never
all
even tasted defeat.
All street fights.
Hey, in the street undefeated, never tasted defeat. I never won like did.
But I see you do that when you eat chicken nuggets. I see those fingers.
Hey, the chicken nugget, because it make it eloquent.
Make it eloquent. You gotta put chicken. Alex puts chicken nuggets on all of his fingers and eats them like this.
That's how you transfer the eye poke.
No, you remember the chips Bugles or whatever?
Bugles. Let's not say Bugles for sure.
Bugles.
And you put them on your fingers like that, and then you eat them off like this. It makes you feel cool. Shit.
Nick, what do you think? Is there, without introducing equipment, do you like Alex's idea? Just more stringent, like, what do you call it? Repercussions, or do you have a method?
Yeah,
trainers train their fighters in a different way. I don't know.
Well, the training is hard, man, because even in training, when it happens, like when you get eye poked or when you eye poke somebody, I've never eye poked anybody, but like when you get eye poked, it's one of those things where I don't know how to explain it. You don't think it's a possibility until it happens. You know what I mean? Like when you're training, like that's like the last thing on your mind when you're sparring with somebody and you're doing MMA rounds with somebody. And until you get poked in the eye, and then it fucking hurts. Like even if it doesn't do that much damage, it really fucking hurts. And it's scary because like what Belil said, he said he couldn't see immediately. He's like, I can't see out of my eye.
You can see him like he was screaming, like he would open his eye, and because he couldn't see, like he was like fuck, like he was screaming and shit, bro.
Guys,
how'd you get that picture? Jesus Christ.
Dana White posted that shit, bro.
Kazula Vargas of the UFC posted that.
I know, but Dana White posted something. Kazula, don't be taking credit for DW.
No, you are right, Nate, because it happened to Bisping. So
it's just one of those things, man. It sucks. It's really unfortunate. But when you're sparring and you're training and you're fighting with little gloves, you do have a tendency to grab. And sometimes because a lot of the training that people do is with big gloves, it's just unconscious. I feel like I'd say 90% of eye pokes are unintentional, 100%, completely unintentional. Even for a guy like DC, he would always get in trouble for eye pokes. But it's like this. It really comes down to the style of the fighter. He plays a lot of like catching guard. He scoops people's hands. He parries a lot. He reaches for
or if he's in a title fight for the heavyweights, then he's like, oh shit, let me poke Stipe's eyes 3,000 times before I knock him out.
Yeah. Oh. And then he got eye poked at the end. But come on, stop being mean. Thank you. But it sucks. It sucks, and it's unfortunate. But the glove has to be changed because you fouling somebody. I mean, you getting a point deducted like right off the jump, that probably would work. But even then, it's not a guarantee, and it's going to make for some real fucked up fights, So yeah. I think the easiest solution is them having to change the glove. They have to change the glove because like they compare it to Pride. They said that the curved glove doesn't really allow for eye pokes like that. And I feel like there's something to it. And then like Trevor Whitman. Yeah, Trevor Whitman's glove is supposed to be really fucking good. And if you use any of Trevor Whitman's gloves or any of his equipment, you know how high level it is. Like it's next level. It's unlike any other boxing glove,
I believe we talked about it, a while ago. But yeah, Trevor Whitman, for people that don't know, he developed a glove. And I think Rashard Evans talked about it like years ago on Joe Rogan Experience about this glove that Trevor Whitman developed from, I think it's called the Onyx glove, right? It's right here. Mm-hmm. Basically, if you guys can look it up,
that's online. The Pride glove, isn't it?
That's the Pride glove.
Yeah. Where's his glove?
Go back to the show notes. Go back to the show notes and click on the link.
There. It's right. This is the link.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, this is that one. I was
right there.
But I think the glove is similar to the Pride glove, where it kind of restricts your fingers to naturally curve rather than just sticking out.
Well, what they said too is that the leather on these gloves are so tight that it literally forces your hand open. So that's why you always see the fighters always trying to push down on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's so tight that it opens up their hand like this. So that makes it even more unnatural, right? Because it's like pushing their shit like back like this.
Because when you get a new pair of gloves for a fight, we do spend like a couple hours like breaking it in. So like rolling it in, like and taking the glove and rolling it in on itself, so you can get that curve.
Yeah.
Like what Alex said, because it's the tendency is for the glove to go open. So you have to close it in and really make sure you're able to grip with it, because if it's not broken in, then it's really hard to grip with the glove, and sometimes it can be too tight, and then it causes like so much blood flow into your hand where you can't feel your forearms anymore and you can't grip with anything. So man, and I think the only issue with the Onyx glove right now is that UFC wants to own the technology for the glove. And I think Trevor Whitman was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that, bro.
Oh, they want to take it, own the patent, own the whole IP.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then it would be like, after that, it would also be like getting it approved in every single state separately. Yeah. Like you'd have to get it approved in every separate state. Which
costs money and probably like some politics.
But honestly, I think that would be the easiest part. I think that would be the easiest part. I think the hardest part is everybody's going to try and steal Trevor Whitman's fucking amazing glove. And then they just want to throw a UFC sticker on it instead of an Onyx.
Yeah, but I think, if he can find a way to honestly do it where, what is the deal called? Like basically a distribution deal where it basically he licenses it to all like ONE FC, UFC. So at least he can collect a paycheck and still have his name on it. Anyways, guys, let's go back to the fight actually though. Unfortunately, the fight obviously ended up in is it a no contest or?
Yeah, no contest.
A no contest.
No decision or something. I think Herb Dean said like no decision or something like that. But it pretty much is a no contest.
No contest, yeah.
No contest. So let's take it to you, Nick, first. What happens next? Do you think that Leon Edwards, a very interesting position he was in, basically there's a last minute replacement for Khamzat Chimaev. Obviously, Belal comes in last minute. This happens. So does he have to give him a rematch, or can you put Leon with other fighters because of that situation, or can you even just throw him in a title shot? If you're Dean Thomas, you think he has a title shot. If you're not, where else does he go? So Nick, you first. Play matchmaker, and what would you like to see as the UFC, aka the Dunn fighting experience?
Oh, okay. So I don't think
nice haircut, by the way.
Thank you. I don't think he should go straight to a title shot, because that would be kind of a hard sell, especially with how good Usman looks. And then his only fight within the past year was this eye poke. He did look good in the fight though. Like I thought he looked really good. And he looked like in really good shape.
Bro, has his back always been like that?
Yeah.
I was really shocked at how much he bulked up.
Yeah, I was like, when did this fool become a bodybuilder, bro? Like he looks fucking jacked. He looks way bigger than usual. And so I feel like a fight with Jorge makes sense. Like that has to be next, dude. Like he should fight Jorge.
Get some money. There's a money fight there.
And I'm not mad if he fights like Belal again, just for Belal's sake, but I don't think that fight was going to go his way. I really don't think so. And on top of that too, it's like Belal's ranked number 13, fighting a ranked number 3. That's a big jump in competition. And I feel like we kind of saw that happen. Like we saw why they're ranked in their places, in their respective positions. So I don't know, man. I'd like to see Leon fight someone in the top 5.
There you guys go. Nick says top 5, possibly Jorge Masvidal for that not a grudge match, but I don't know, a match that I think has some promotional.
So easy to sell.
So easy to sell.
So easy to sell.
Or Nick also wants Belil. Classic Nick answer. Just give me all the options. That's
I don't want.
Alex, let's hear a definitive answer.
I really think that he'd fight him.
Oh.
What was that? Do I have to edit that out?
Shit. I don't know. It's weird because like if fights like this happen.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's so funny?
Nothing. There was a glitch in the Matrix. Go ahead.
Oh shit. When fights like that happen, I feel like there always should be a rematch, and like I understand both sides of it. It's like Leon Edwards was like, oh well, you know, it was just a last minute replacement, la la, and then he said like we all knew where the fight was going. I was clearly winning the fight. Then again, it was only one round, so you never know what the fuck could happen, right? Mm-hmm. It was only if it was like 3 rounds of this shit, then I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, we obviously knew Leon Edwards was taking this fucking fight, because there was moments in the first round for Belil, like where he looked good, he looked decent. I mean, Leon Edwards looked good. I mean, Leon Edwards definitely won the first round, but I mean, it wasn't to me. It never, aside from the head kick, Belil still looked like he was in it. You know, so there could always been something that happened. But then I understand Belil's sense of where, you know, it was like a huge jump up in competition for him. It was a good name. Imagine if he could have pulled it off, right? Imagine if they had a game plan where they were going to wait a little later to do some stuff, and then it's taken away from an eye poke, and then you don't even get that chance again, right? So, I don't know. I feel like probably not, though. I don't think they should do the rematch, even though I think that they should, but they shouldn't, if that makes sense. Just because it's such
a Nick answer, bro. That is the most
I know,
Nick of
literally
Nick
did the opposite of what I wanted you to do.
No, I'm not even done yet.
Nick's more definitive than yours right now. Just go with the barometer so you can kind of change it.
But I'm not even done yet. The thing is that Belil is just ranked. If Belil was ranked like number 8 or 9, immediate rematch. But it's because he's literally almost out of the top 15. He's ranked like number 13. It makes 0 sense for them to fight again. The whole thing with this fight, it was a last minute replacement. It wasn't a fight that was planned, that they had set for a long time. It was a last minute replacement fight. It was just a quick opportunity. It's not something where that it needs to happen again. We need to see Leon fight for either a title or a top ranked guy, because that's where he did earn his spot up there. But I'm not saying Belil hadn't earned his spot up there, but
give me a name, baby.
Give him Gilbert Burns.
Yum yum.
Gilbert Burns just fought for the title, so he's obviously championship caliber if he fought for the title. Leon Edwards is ranked number 3. I think Gilbert's ranked number 2. So let them fight each other. Gilbert just fought. He got beat. He's had a little bit of time off. Obviously, Leon Edwards didn't have to do too much in that fight. I mean, it was a 1-round fight before he tried to gouge someone's eye out. So, I mean, it's like...
Before he did it on purpose?
Before he did it on purpose. Guys, that wasn't the only controversial fight on that fight card. We also had another knee of death in the fight. We had, who was it? Eric Anders. I always call him Eric Andre. Downed our boy who was fighting for his daughter.
Darren Stewart
got kneed.
The dentist.
In the face, on the side of his head, as I think he said, while his knee was down. And what happened was he got up, and the doctor checked, and which is basically Nick's dad. Nick's dad was checking him out. And he said, like, I don't think he can walk. And I think on the commentary, like, he's kind of standing.
Yeah, bro. The doctor is kind of stupid, right? Because he's like, walk towards me.
Whoa, he's a doctor, bro. Whoa, dude.
Relax.
The doctor is so smart, and here's why. Because he's like, walk towards me. So Darren walks towards him, stands there, and then just takes a couple steps back, and he's like, nope. It's like, bruh, like, it's not like he fell back. He literally took a couple steps back.
Did Darren Stewart say yes? Did he say, I want to continue, right?
Yes. Yeah. Here, I just want to speak on this real quick, because this shit kind of got me heated, baby.
Don't jump the gun yet. Where you going with this?
I'm gonna talk about my feelings on the whole Darren Stewart.
Okay.
Here's the thing: Darren Stewart was acting all mad and shit when the fight got stopped. Okay. I don't like to say anybody fakes any of this shit.
What are you trying to say on this podcast? We're real journalism here. All right.
From that replay, looked like the knee hit all hand and arm. It looked like it didn't even hit him in the face. So, and I think Darren knew that. I think people, like when you watch the fight, Darren Stewart was getting his ass fucked up before that. He got rocked. He got dropped 2 times. And he was just getting hit and hit and hit and hit and hit and hit and hit. And then that knee came. But even the commentators are like, oh, it looked like it kind of hit the hand. Oh, it looked like it hit the hand. Like it didn't even hit him in the head. So then that's why Darren, you can tell he's trying to take his time. Like, oh, shit, let me get my shit back. And then, you know, just he not lucky, but it was lucky that a knee was thrown. So instead of him taking an L, he could just take a no contest.
All right, let's take a look at it right now. Nick, can you walk us through it? What do you think, Nick?
So he's framing. He throws the knee.
Look where the hand comes afterwards. Like it's from here.
Wait. Let's see. Nick, what do you think? Boom.
All hand.
So look,
all hand.
Because the hand is there, we're talking a knee versus a hand, right? And it's not just the hand is blocking the face maybe, but there's still impact, significant.
No,
impact.
Watch.
Okay, so
look at his head though. But look at where his head goes.
Alex,
bro, it's
this
Alex right here.
Alex, hey, Alex.
I'll say something.
Nick, please.
Let me just
talk to this fool, Nick.
Real quick.
Talk to this fool.
Let me just say this. If you block a head kick and your hand is like this,
he's never been kicked,
and your hand is in the way, you still feel impact, yeah or no?
Answer it. Oh my God.
Okay, hold on. Continue. Let me finish. Are you using a big glove or a small glove?
A small glove.
Oh yeah, how small is that glove, Alec?
Ooh,
how small does that glove, bro?
A 10. I blocked a kick with a 10 ounce.
Mm-hmm. But we're not talking 4 ounce, right? The point is that if you get kicked or you get hit, and just because your hand is in the way, you're still gonna feel the impact, right? But I think there is something to what Alex says.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
No. Like
you will never be my lawyer, Nick. You will never be my lawyer.
Hey, hold on, because I'm getting attacked by Nick right now.
No.
I'm gonna say this. The hand wasn't like this though when he got hit. Hand was like this. It went like this. There's so much blocking this. And then when you see the knee afterwards, his hand's on the side of his knee, bruh.
I wish I can zoom up on
It's like this.
Nah, dog. That's
telling
crazy.
you, bruh.
Have you not seen those things in the offices that do this? Think how much force that takes. The fucking. What are they called? What are those called?
The force doesn't just disappear. It goes into someone's fucking face. You know what I mean?
That's what Luke said in his movie, by the way. Go ahead.
Luke.
That's what Luke Skywalker
is like. The force does appeal.
To me, if anything, it was more of a push. If his hand was flat, then 100%.
Nah, bro, come on.
If he was
dog.
like this,
that fool got knee in the head, bro. Like he got
the top of his hand. And even like the commentators are saying, I was like, fuck, it's at least someone's saying, at least Bisping. I like Bisping because he always keeps it real. He's like,
but that shit still hurts, bro. That shit still hurts. Okay, but was he? Could he have been hamming it up a little bit?
Yes,
very much so.
No, I almost say 99% he was hamming it up, but he's still. Yeah. Here's the thing, like what Nick said about Jan and Sterling, the dude's a professional fighter. Clearly, the guy's knee on the ground. You throw a fucking illegal knee, bro.
I didn't say him throwing that knee wasn't stupid. I thought it was the dumbest thing in the world. You're literally about to win the fight.
Dog,
you're literally about to win the fight.
Eric Hunter's
and he was literally about to win the fight, and then he almost threw the knee once before that. When I was watching, I'm like, "Why are you throwing the knee right there?" And then he got him there again and threw it. I was like, "Bruh, come on."
I'm gonna ask both these questions. Keep it simple. You guys can just say yay or nay. Alex, Darren Stewart, he wins an Oscar. Yay or nay?
Yay.
Nick, the ear, Darren Stewart, who wins an Oscar. He can't do this. He can't handle. Oh wow. He sticks.
Gilbert, does he win an Oscar? Yeah or nay?
Stephen Young, Minari. Let's go. All right. Look,
nice non-answer, bro. You fucking politician.
I'm gonna say nay. But that doesn't mean he was hamming it up. I'm just saying an Oscar is like, oh fuck, man, my career's over. I just feel like he played within the system, which I think is fair game.
At least he said he wanted to fight, and he looked game to fight.
That doctor was kind of sketch.
Nah,
the doctor was sketch. It was like Diego Sanchez, bro. He was smart with it.
the doctor has to err on the side of caution 100% of the time. Think about the doctor's point of view, bro. He's trying to help these motherfuckers. He's trying to make sure. Well, he has no skin in the game. He don't know nothing about fighting. If he sees someone get kneed in the head and he sees them look a little like delirious, maybe it's from fatigue, maybe it's because he got hurt early, or maybe it's from the knee. Yeah. So either one of those three, this doctor is looking at this guy, and he did kind of walk a little funky on the way over to him, and at that point, he made the right call, I think. Based on what the doctor saw, yes. The question is, did Darren Stewart, did he walk funky because he's a funk master? Because he likes that new Bruno Mars song? That's the
difference between him and Aljamain, right? Aljamain, you heard like the whole fucking slab. Aljamain's hands were down. I can understand now.
And Alex, you know what? I think you have a point, and that brings us to our next guest. Aljamain, what do you have to say? He says, welcome, Mr. Stewart, and has Brock Lesnar holding 2 titles up. Mm-hmm. Interesting, Aljamain Sterling. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Alex, we'll start with you first.
I don't know. I think Aljamain might be turning a little bit into Henry Cejudo.
Okay, we'll get to why Alex feels that way in a bit. Nick, you think funny tweet, or he's just happy to have all the attention off of him finally?
I think he's just trying to be funny, and he's just like, oh, I'm making a joke, whatever. But I don't know. A lot of people are turning on Sterling right now. Like, Sterling is not like, he had all the sympathy on the night of the fight, but as the week's been playing out, I don't know, man. A lot of people are turning on him. Like, I'm reading the comments, and people are like, yo, he deserves an Oscar, and it's kind of mean, but whatever.
Like young Kamala Harris. Wow. That's crazy. I
will say though, Sterling's knee was way worse. I still think even if the knee hurt him a little bit, that shit he hella kind of blocked that shit with his hand.
True, I would give that.
He hella kind of blocked that shit. I don't know, Nick.
Can we have a?
Bro, there's follow through though. There's follow through.
I didn't say there's not.
But I know.
What are you saying?
No, but you're saying it's being blocked, so that means it gets absorbed by the hand. But if there's follow through, bro, like it still hurts.
Yeah, but that's not why he was fucked up all before that shit, bro.
Let's try it.
Aaron Andrews dropped him 2 times and was just pounding his fucking face in. And he blocked this shit like this, hit him like this. And then
you're downplaying the damage, bro. You can't downplay the damage of someone getting kneed in the head.
Our new segment, Bill Nye, the MMA guy. All right, guys. Hi, I'm Filipino Bill Nye. Check this out. We're going to do a test. Exhibit A, hand on the cheek, hand slap. One more time. Okay. Fuck, that hurt. Now we're going to open it. Already, I feel a little more scared. I don't know why. Okay. Do you hear that?
Or, okay, hold on. Let's take this a step further. Can we borrow Cindy, and can we ask her to slap you? Did she leave?
Here's the thing. Alex, answer this question. If someone gave you the option, yo, I'm going to put my fist on your face and then punch you, or my hand, or like this, and then hit you, which one would you pick if you had to pick one? Be honest.
This, because I'll be able to control it a little bit better when it's coming towards me.
Can I say something? I gotta say something, bro. When I train clients and I train fighters, whatever the fuck, I always tell them, don't like keep your hands out here and have like spaghetti arms, because when you get hit, bro, it hurts. Like that shit hurts. Like I don't care. Like you get a hook to the head, bop, and you're like, oh fuck. And I've seen clients do this. Like they've done this to themselves, where I had to pull them aside and say, hey, look, if you're gonna keep your hands up, either keep a tight guard or just react properly. And imagine if a knee is hitting you in the head. That's all I'm saying.
That's not what he asked me though. He's saying if I know that it's coming. If I know that it's coming, I'm gonna go like this, because right when it hits me, I'm pushing against it no matter what.
What if you're Darren Stewart?
Question better.
No. But also, what if you're Darren Stewart and you're looking at the ground because you got rocked and you're not paying attention? And what do you feel? A knee to the side of the head. So do you think he saw the knee coming? I don't think so.
Ooh, speaking of not seeing things coming, I can't wait. Gavin Tucker got KO'd by
Nick. He's gonna force me to spar with him and beat the shit out of me. Watch.
Nah, bro. I'm just saying, like, bro. And
he's like, well, hey, put your hand here. Put your hand here. See if this hurts.
That's not what I'm gonna say. Because the reason why I'm disappointed is because Alex should know. He should know this. That's why. If we're talking to Gilbert or somebody else off the street,
I'm gonna be like, hey guys, this is how you fight.
I do, but from what I saw, it wasn't as bad as some of these fucking knees that we've seen.
True, no, it's not as bad, but we don't know.
My thing is this. The thing that annoyed me by it is the reaction afterwards. Like if he was just like, yeah, no, I can't continue, it's cool. But then he was like trying to act like he was mad at the doctor and shit. It's like, bro, you you brought this on yourself.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing that. I'm not saying that he didn't fight hard enough.
That's why I'm saying it, because of how it hit him, and his hand was there and all that shit. And then you're getting mad at the doctors and shit for stopping it. Bro, you brought this on yourself, because we're all going to watch the replay. Like I said, Michael Bisping was saying this. He's like, oh, whoa. I mean, yeah, that kind of didn't hit him. Like, because of your reaction afterwards. At least Aljamain, I think Aljamain's was for real. Who knows? Nowadays, when he starts posting weird shit like this, you're kind of lowering, even though you're trying to be jokey.
We'll get to that in a bit with Aljamain. Well, we'll say Gavin Tucker did not put his hands up. And Dan Ige, fine, bro, came
50K,
through.
baby!
Got that 50K. Was that a two? Two to the face? To the nose?
That was just a cross.
Guys,
right into it.
That was a cross to the face. Ooh.
Second
Nick,
punch thrown by him.
Nick, Dan Ige, is he a problem?
He's a real problem. Dude, I've been saying, we've been saying, we're fans of Dan Ige.
But he
we're
didn't
Dan
beat
Ige.
Cater. That's what people are going to say to you.
But look, man.
But it was good.
Right, number
fight.
9. It was still a close fight. It was a competitive fight. And he stood in there with literally one of the toughest guys, probably the toughest guy in the featherweight division is probably Calvin Kattar. Because if you survive the onslaught of what Max Holloway did to you and he breaks records on your face, you're literally the toughest guy of the featherweight division. And Dan Ige had a very competitive fight with him. And I feel like there's some good matchups for him. He called out the Korean Zombie afterwards. I think he wins that fight just based off what Korean Zombie looked like in his last fight. And if that's the only thing we're basing it off of, I think Dan Ige he might win that fight.
That is a good call out. I like him calling out Korean Zombie. Get someone with a name, which is going to guarantee you another main event possibly. And I know Korean Zombie is probably thinking, oh, this guy's not ranked. Or not as ranked high as me. I can probably take him. That's a very good call out. Alex, matchmaker, do you like the Korean Zombie, or do you even have another fighter for him next, Dan Ige? How do we build this guy up? He's a good fighter. How do we build him up?
I think let me, I just got to double check his rank, because he was ranked number 9 with that one, right?
Yeah.
I think Dan Ige was ranked number 9.
Let's take a look at this.
Yep.
Ooh.
This fighter right here, looking like in a Bruno Mars Anderson Paak video. I love it.
And he is.
And I love it.
You know who, honestly, I'd rather see him fight?
Who?
Because this person hasn't fought in so long, is Zabit.
Yeah, yeah.
And Zabit is ranked number 3. So
is he really?
It's a bigger fight for him. I think Dan Ige coming off of, okay, here's why. Korean Zombie got beat the fuck up against Brian Ortega in his last fight. Everybody can agree to that, right? Like, Brian Ortega just beat the living shit out of him.
His hands were in the way, so it was like it wasn't.
I know
it was blocking everything.
the difference is that Brian Ortega didn't hit those gloves. He was landing right on his fucking face.
True.
And so
bald head to Ortega.
I think Dan Ige, off of doing that, kind of earns like a big fight, which the Korean Zombie is. But I mean, Zabit is like a bigger fight because of the ranking. I mean, Dan Ige threw 2 punches. He threw a big hook that got blocked and then threw a cross and knocked him the fuck out against someone that's really good. Like, the guy that he beat is going to be ranked in the top 5. Like, I'm pretty sure he's eventually will be in the top 5. So for him to do that to that person, granted, I think that person took it on a short notice. I'm blanking on his name. I can't fucking remember his name right now. Gavin Tucker. Gavin Tucker took that fight on short notice. So, whatever. But Dan Ige, I think I would like to see him fight Zabit instead.
Ooh, we will be on the lookout for that. Those are 2 good matchups. I like the Korean Zombie call out. I like the Zabit. We can finally put Zabit against someone too. Give him a little challenge. Hasn't fought in a while. I like those. All right, guys, we're going to move on to news. But before that, I want to give a couple shout outs to some of the other fights. Angela Hill, Alex's girl, finally getting the win.
Finally got the win.
Finally.
But she did it with a decision. Like, next time, just finish it, girl.
She looked good too.
She looked great.
Hey, she low-key almost did, bro. She was rocking her at some point. I thought she was gonna put her away.
And Yoder's pretty good too. She's pretty legit.
Finish that. And then we also had Ryan Spann coming back from that loss to Johnny Walker. Gets a really sick KO. Played it smart this time. Didn't fall him to the ground. Let him back up. Boom. Finished it. And then there's another fight I liked. I don't think it was even on the main card. It was Jonathan Martinez versus Davey Grant. Grant came back.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like that kid a lot. That's a good one.
Or even Charles Air Jourdain versus Marcelo Rojo. That fight was good too.
Bro, Marcelo Rojo fights at 135 and he came up to like, bro, I've seen that fool knock people out dead. Like he knocks motherfuckers out because he fought in Combate. He's really good, man. But I was surprised he fought at 145. That's my. It's cool to see the. No.
Must be the only person with stock in Combate.
It's really cool to see those fighters that don't really have a platform make it to the UFC and do well in the UFC. So I'm rooting for those guys. And Marcelo Rojo is a very nice guy. He's a very nice guy.
Well, the other good fight was that's that guy, the Rojo guy.
Yeah, after he knocks people out, he does the fucking Raptor. I don't like the celebration, but he does it.
I think it's funny. It's his own. Look, he sticks out.
And then Manel Cape versus Mateus Nicolo. That was a real good fight too. That was a real good fight.
Sad fight. I've always liked this girl. Her name is Courtney Casey. Man, she's on a 5-fight losing streak, and I don't know. I like her though. I like her personality.
Yeah. You know, want to know why I like her? Want to know what's crazy about that?
Arizona.
What? Yeah. So in Arizona, my very first gym that I ever trained. Yeah, my very first gym that I ever trained at was an LA Boxing before UFC gym bought them out. Right. So I was there for about like 5 months. And the jiu-jitsu coach there was a guy named Eddie Gonzalez, I think his last name was, or something like that. And he had this girlfriend. It was this blonde girl. She was there all the time. They moved, and then he moved to Hawaii. They got married. They moved to Hawaii. And granted, I've met this girl a bunch, and I went and she would kickbox, all that type of shit. And then like years later, I'm like, damn, this girl looks so fucking familiar. And I searched her up, and like it was like ex-husband now, but Eddie, like it was her. Like she was at the gym with us the whole time. She was married to that guy who was the black belt coach out there. So I've always been like, I'm going to support her because she was always hella cool when she was at LA Boxing and shit.
That's definitely the person that introduced Bugles to Alex. Yeah. A packet Bugles like, hey, Alex, look at my fingers. I was like, I love this girl.
He's like, what is that?
Hey, Alex, what is that?
Beep, 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 beep.
Welcome to the We Out Here Morning News at 8:59.
Nick, let's do it. Let's go, Jan. Let's go.
Let's go.
Guys, first piece of news, we talked about this earlier, is Matt Serra won't corner any more fighters. Guys, it was reported that Matt Serra did not know that he was going to not be cornering Aljamain Sterling. Apparently, he found out like that week, and he was really confused. I believe Eric Nixick from Extreme Couture took his place. And also, I think it was Ray Longo was on the corner, as well as 2 other fighters from Long Island. I don't know if there was anything, a statement from Aljamain, other than he said, like, I'm still with the team. But Serra was a little disappointed. He mentioned his comments about this, that he brought this kid from when he first started, essentially. He gave his the black belt to Aljamain Sterling, and he felt kind of out of place knowing that he was not asked to corner. So he said he would not be cornering anymore, and he's retired from cornering. Alex, we'll start with you first because you don't like Aljamain Sterling anymore, and you've been riding on the Jamaican bobsled team for the longest time.
Yeah, I hope Yana does work that second fight. Hey.
Wow, resentment.
You can't turn on my boy Matt Serra, bro. Matt Serra's been my guy since I was young because he was 5'6", he was heavy, he was fighting in the 170ers against big motherfuckers. I'm 5'6", same thing. So I've always been a Matt Serra fan. But to me, it's crazy how when you hear Matt Serra's side of it, where he didn't even find out. He didn't find out from Aljo. He found out from Aljo's manager, right? Uh-huh. It was in a group text. Aljo couldn't even call him to tell him. It's like, bruh. And then, Matt Serra was making good points. He's like, look, bro. He's like, we started with him his first UFC fight. He's like, this is the thing that we were working towards, was us as a team. It was him, Longo, and Aljo. We were working for this goal to get to the title, and then once we're there, like I get kicked off. Like it's kind of sad, to be straight up, because I mean I could understand, say Aljo was like losing a shit ton of fights and blah, blah. I'm like, but you were doing good. Like the team you had was doing really good. You got all the way to the title, and what they say, right? If it's not broke, don't fix it. Like why would you change it up on the biggest fight of your career? And then I know that because Aljo said he bought. I was wondering too when I was looking at him, like, oh, Matt's not there. Maybe he's just not, maybe they're just like family shit or something. I didn't really even put 2 and 2 together. Yeah. So it was like weird to see that, to hear what it was. And then I was talking to David about it. We were texting about it. And it's like, who knows? Like maybe because Aljo moved down to Vegas, you know, and he started training with that team. You know, it was too soon. Like maybe do that after the title fight. Like you're doing it. I think it was like 2.5 months or 3 months before the title fight. Like that person has to learn you. They have to learn how you react to shit. Like that's not enough time to go to a whole new camp and do everything there. And you know, I think that's maybe now knowing that it probably played part in him gassing out so quick, or you know, just shit not being normal. Like your normal was working so good for you. Why would you change it? Yeah. And then when you change it, you do like Matt dirty like that. Like I don't know. It's weird to me. I don't really like. It was a little bit of a bummer. Right when I saw it, I posted "Let's go Jan" because fucking.
Damn, jump the bandwagon immediately.
Hey, hella quick. I'll jump bandwagons hella quick. Like I did. I was going with my boy Darren Stewart for his daughter and shit. And all of a sudden I'm like Eric Anders. But I can't even go for Eric Anders because he's fucking. That was literally the stupidest strike I've ever seen. But
I was so complaining. Well, let's take Nick really quick. I mean, you've quarterback fighters exclusively only at Combate, and also Patrick Riley on a comedy celebrity match.
The Big Show.
What's your take on this?
It was a big show, actually. No COVID. It was so COVID safe too. Like it was fucking good.
They did a bubble and everything, bro. Like that's crazy.
Like the NBA, they went to Orlando. That's
we
dope.
had a quarantine for 14 days before. It was sick.
Nick, so as a coach, to a lot of fighters, what is your take on this whole corner situation? Do we need? Is there maybe a full story we don't know? Like Matt Serra killed his wife. Like what do you think?
So actually, it's so funny you brought that up because Matt Serra did kill his wife, and that's why.
Shit, that's right. Alex went to jail today. Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nick, as a trainer? Would you be hurt by that?
Look, dude. Yeah, of course, man. Well, here's the thing. It's like Matt Serra is one of the most likable guys of all time. Like he's
Michael
such a good
Bisping is
dude.
above him, I still think.
No,
Michael Bisping's up there.
Michael Bisping's up there, but Matt Serra, bro, is like. Matt Serra's top, bro.
Yeah,
you can't not like him.
Matt Serra's up. He's up there.
He's up there with Busamar Polaris. Yeah.
But imagine like Connor not going to a fight with John Kavanaugh. Imagine fucking Dustin Poirier not going to a fight without Mike Brown. Like imagine all these things. You'd be like, man, that's something's weird. Up. Imagine Demetrius not going into the cage with Matt Hume. Like it's all these little things where you're like,
I want the full story. I want the full story.
Yeah, I'm curious too, right? Because it could be as simple as like, oh, you know what? I've been training more. This is what I think it is. Aljamain just started training with Extreme Couture and Eric Milsick, right? He's a really good coach. So he's really
I'm not
good
familiar with. Is he really the head coach? He's been the head coach for Extreme Couture.
Yeah. I think so. So, you know, because he was training with him, in his mind, he probably thought like, okay, I'll just, it's a no brainer if I just switch him out because Matt Serra was probably the chief cornerman. So in his mind, he's like, okay, Eric is the guy that I've been training with for the past 3 months. So he's going to replace the chief cornerman. Do I think that's right? That's not really up to me, but I don't think so. I wouldn't do that, you know, because Matt Serra is your guy. He's your rock. Right. But I could understand where Aljamain was like coming from kind of, but at the same time to do it to somebody like Matt, who's like been very loyal to you and who's like who you came up with in the UFC. I think that sucks for Matt Serra. But then again, it could be like Aljamain saying like, well, you wasn't there in the rounds. Cause that's what a lot of fighters say, right? Oh, you weren't training with me. You didn't see me in my sparring. You didn't see what I did in the past camp. So that could be it. But dude, take out one of your fighter homies, right? Like,
dude, there were
one of those guys out.
There was 4 people there. Yeah, like there was 4 people in his corner, and there was 2 random people that I've never seen in his corner. Yeah. So like if they're just his training partner, my whole thing is like even like I don't know, even if it's just because Matt Serra is there just to be there, like bro, Matt Serra has been there with you. Like that probably could have been a deciding factor, like a changing factor in the fight. You never fucking know, right?
Yeah, I definitely agree with both you guys. I feel the same way. It's like that's so weird, but I do feel like I'd like to hear the full story on Aljamain's side. We've only heard Matt's sides. I'm
curious to see what he says. Yeah,
what he says.
My thing.
No, keep in mind, Ray Longo hasn't said anything either. So I'm wondering if he's trying to stay out of it because I think there could have been a possibility where something happened between them.
I think that's a New Jersey thing, bro. They just stay out of people's business. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, here's
we don't want to be in anyone's business. That's what
Shabazian, get out.
Here's my opinion on it.
Get out of town.
What I think I think Matt told all the truth, because Matt Serra always is kind of like, he wears his heart on his sleeve and he's always straightforward and tells, like, you know, keeps it real.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly. Ever since he killed that guy.
No, but I think that's what happened. I don't think there's anything for Aljo to say. I think Matt told the actual story, because Aljo's come out on everything else super quick. Like, what is taking him so long to talk about this?
That is true. I'd like to see that on like Ariel address that maybe on a one-on-one.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure Aljo knows whatever interview he does next, this is going to be the first thing that's brought up.
You better
and
prep
it's
for
probably
it.
It's probably honestly what Nick said. It's like, oh, well, he was training over here. You know, all my training partners are here now, and so he's bringing the guy that's there with him. But I personally just think, like, say if me and Nick, if I was fighting and I have Nick there every single fucking time, and I go somewhere new for like 2 months and I'm gonna go fight, I'm not gonna trust that person because he's trained with me for 2 months, bro.
Nick's like, what the fuck? You're training with Gilbert?
You should have that.
He broke his shoulder the other day throwing a hook. God.
But you know what? The other thing though too is, like, people have to understand the corner dynamics. You can't have too many like cooks in the kitchen, you know, because sometimes when people get in the corner, it's all about what they like. You have too many people yelling. There should only be one or two voices, two at maximum, probably just one voice, you know. And when there's too much feedback, it's like it's a little too much.
Yeah, my last thing I want to say on it, sorry, Gil, real quick, is someone that you've been training with for 2.5, 3 months now. To me personally, I don't think they're ever gonna know you as good as someone who literally promoted you all the way to fucking black belt. That's true. That's my personal opinion. He's been with you for over 7 years. He literally promoted you all your way up to black belt. I think he's gonna know. Matt could have been the guy when Aljamain came back from the first round, like, yo, you gotta calm down. Like, you're going too crazy. You know, catch your breath. He probably would have been that guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just
wouldn't have helped, probably.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't help because Jan's about to beat his ass in the next fight. But I mean, just like,
hey, you know what the ultimate is? Matt Serra's in Jan's corner.
But then Matt Serra loves Sterling so much, he tells Jan, throw the knee now.
Throw the knee.
He's like, I still got you, Sterling. I still got you.
My boy. See, that's what a guy Matt Serra is.
Guys, you know who else is a guy? Is one of Matt Serra's guys, or Matt Serra is one of his guys, is Dana White. Boom, transition. Dana White plans on betting $1 million on Ben Askren winning his fight. I believe this was an interview, or like maybe it was Tyson's thing with Zab Judah. It's always such a random group. Zab Judah. Mike Tyson.
That's so crazy.
And Dana White, and I think Zab, is with, I don't know why, with Paul's like corner or camp right now. He's hanging around him, probably for some clout. But like he's saying, no, like for real, Paul's a real fighter. And Dana's like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. He's like, all right, I hope you can bet $1 million because I am. What do you make of this, Nick? Dana White betting $1 million on Ben Askren, which is basically 10 cents for him. So is this even a real bet, or more just to create more publicity? And I'm curious, is Ben Askren under UFC contracts though?
No.
Because if he is, I wonder if that deal could only have happened if Dana White was involved. And UFC.
No, I don't.
Certain
I
point.
think he
Finish out his contract?
I think when you retire, there's a clause where, like, if you have more fights under your contract, if you retire from the sport of MMA, then you don't have to fill out those obligations. But if you unretire and he wants to fight for another company, he has to fight for the UFC first before he can go, or before, unless the UFC releases him. This is what I've heard.
Fact check. This sounds like a Bisbing DC talking about boxing rules situation.
Well, I just feel like,
but honestly, they were right though. He was right though. If he's still on the contract, I don't think it's like a good look for the company that you're under contract for is betting $1 million on you. Right? I don't think. But he's retired though, so that kind of like negates that.
That's what I mean. Like if he was like, still like, I don't think Dana White would be like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna bet $1 million on him.
Well, Dana should just give me $1 million instead, because that'll be a better investment.
The Nick Training Academy looking for funders still.
Yeah, I've heard from people in Jake Paul's camp that he's fucking really good. Like he's looking really good as far as like an amateur boxer. Like he's a pretty decent amateur boxer, and he has the money, he has the mindset, and he's training hard. Like he's getting after it.
But I've heard someone from Ben Askren's camp saying his arms are broken. So
yeah, conflicting stories. But I did see Ben Askren training with Freddie Roach. So I say, Dana, great plan. But he's only training with them for a week, so I don't know.
Oh, so it's definitely going to work. It's very similar to Sterling going to Vegas. Alex, what do you make of all this nonsense? Dana White, do you think he's kind of just doing it just as a flex, like I'm going to bet $1 million, or is it like he really believes on a guy who's also trolled Dana White his whole career?
I honestly probably both. Yeah. I think he probably actually thinks like, yo, I mean, you can look good for videos, all that type of shit, but when you're fighting, it's different. He's fighting an actual fighter this time, even though he's not a boxer. You know, you never know what's going to fucking happen. If Askren can take all these punches for like the first 3-4 rounds, we're going to see how, we've talked about this. We're going to see how someone's going to react now to where he's been knocking out some YouTubers where he can't knock someone out anymore. So you never fucking know. I mean, and at this point, I'm sure Jake is probably a big favorite. And Dana White's like, yo, bro, like,
I'm gonna make some money.
Ben Askren can pull this off. So let me bet $1 million and make a shit ton of fucking money off of this, you know? So
if Ben Askren is a big underdog, dude, take the bet.
I would bet on it. If I knew how to bet, if I had a person that could place bets for me, I'd bet on Askren.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, do you guys want to pool our money and just do one bet? Like,
yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
$50 each, and then split it when it's like 18-1 odds. Ooh.
Yeah.
Imagine, bro.
That'd be better than Bitcoin, baby. Come on.
Okay, relax. Hey, guys, we got some fight announcements. I like this fight a lot. They've announced Arnold Allen versus Sodiq Yusuff. Dude, what is it? Arnold? Dude, that guy, he's fire. But also, Yusuff, he's kind of on a winning streak, too.
Yusuff gonna clap, I think.
I know, but Arnold is kind of good.
Arnold's good, but I've never seen him fight.
Dude, he has like a 20-fight win streak. Alex, okay, you're still researching. Nick, what do you think?
No, I'm looking because I have the rankings right here.
Okay. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I'm looking at the rankings.
What do you like for this? Is that a fun fight for you? Just make it quick. Quick pick, guys. We gotta get.
Yeah, it's a fun fight. Honestly, though, I wish they would have gave him Sadiq someone a little higher. Sadiq has been impressive in every single fight, bro.
He just beat Andre Fili, right? Is that correct?
I know, but he's impressive in every fight, bro. Like, give him Jeremy Stevens or Josh Emmett or something, you know, something a little higher, not something behind him.
Arnold Allen has beat Nick Lance, boom, ground, done. Gilbert Melendez, boom, former champ, boom. Makwan, Mr. Finland. Come on, guys.
All right, the first two people, all I'm hearing in my head is old, and then the last guy is like,
All right. How about, hey, let me see if this piques your interest. What do you guys think about Tony Ferguson versus our boy Benel Dariush Knockout King? I'm going Benel all day, baby. That's a good fight.
You know, when I heard the fight announced, I was like, oh, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. But then as I thought about it more, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be a fucking barn burner.
And it's good for Benel. If he gets this name, it's good for him. Alex,
it's cool, but I honestly probably would have preferred Islam over Benel. Islam for Tony Ferguson.
We knew how that was gonna go, though.
I know, but it's just because we never got to see Habib and Tony, so at least this is kind of almost there. You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
Well, we know what was gonna happen. We know what's going.
Tony was gonna get that Dars. What's up?
Islam's about to be champ.
Finally in the works. I've been waiting for this forever. We have our girl, Nick's cousin, Zhang versus Namajunas. Oh, it's like Nick versus Alex. This is crazy. Zhang.
Wow, she's white as fuck, bro.
Bro, she's like
she's half black,
very Latino.
Is Rose half black?
Yeah,
Namajunas.
Is she half black?
No, she's not.
I thought she's half black.
I think you're thinking about Pat Barry, bro. Pat Barry half black, but
she's half black. No,
she's not half black, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Are you insane?
Lithuanian?
I have no idea, bro.
She's Eastern European for sure. But I thought she was
Lithuanian.
I thought she was a little
fuck, bro. I thought she was half black.
Wait, I thought she was also like a little Spanish.
I thought she was something else. Yeah, I thought she was mixed. You don't see white girls look like that.
I think the way she talks probably confuses people a little bit because she kind of has like that little like thug.
Holy shit!
Kind of talk to her.
Hey yo,
you know?
She's white as fuck.
Yeah, what did you really were shocked by that?
I forgot what she looks like with hair.
Yeah, but when she's shaved, she looks way more like ethnic, I would say. Anyways, let's stop talking about someone's ethnicity. That's
why.
Weird.
What's wrong with that?
All right, let's talk about it. Nick. What are you really? You're Singaporean.
I'm a hodgepodge.
Honestly, though, like I kind of don't like that fight for Rose, though.
Oh, Zhang. Oof.
Zhang, she's good, bro.
She's a bulldog. That's the thing. She'll go forward so hard, and Rose is all about that counter punch the whole time.
She's like a tougher Jessica Andrade.
Yeah. A better
Better.
Jessica.
I would say just better, not tougher, better. Because I think Jessica Andrade is still tougher than everyone. She's
But that's what I mean, though. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. You got lined up, though. That's all I know. All right, guys, let's do our quick pick picks with Lift God and Nick the Ear. We have a fight this weekend. It is our boy, the original pandemic Cisco, Derek Brunson, who's broke all expectations during the pandemic because he beat y'all's boy Shabazian versus the people's champ, Holland. Guys,
the guy that Nick doesn't like anymore, Holland.
Nah, I like that.
Oh, you know, Nick does not like Holland because of just recent interviews. We can't handle a real man swag, a real man's energy, because your T's are low.
Low key, some of the shit that he was saying on there was a little corny, though. I'm not gonna
on Joe
lie.
Rogan, yeah, it was a bit much.
That's why I didn't like. Some of this shit was corny.
But that's why he had Travis Lutter
though.
there to be like, what he does mean is almost like his anger translated. What he does mean is he doesn't like his style.
It's a good coach. Good
Nick,
coach.
what do you like, Brunson?
You already know, bro. I got Kevin Holland all day.
Alex, come on, hit me with it.
I got Kevin Holland.
And you guys know I'm Kevin Holland all day. I picked him for everything. But
Here we go.
Shut the fuck up.
dude, I'm telling you this why this is hard. I still think Brunson is more cringier in terms of their back and forth because he's the one that called out Holland. But how do you? It's hard for me to wrap my mind. Like, dude, I think Holland's gonna be champion. I want him to fight Izzy. But dude, Brunson has never been wrong in the past 3 fights, and I've been like, fuck, he's so good at just figuring it out because he's a vet. He's so freaking good. Here's my thing. I'm gonna pick Brunson if he comes in with the blonde hair. If he doesn't, Holland all day.
I think this fight goes similar to the Izzy fight for Brunson. I think Kevin Holland finishes him.
But that's
Blonde
what you
hair
guys were
Brunson,
saying about
though, is pretty
Shabazian,
good.
because Shabazian was like the best up-and-coming stand-up fighter, and look what Brunson did.
Yeah.
He's too young.
Shabazian did
Too
look
young.
good, but yeah, he
too young.
blew himself
Too young.
out.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Kevin Holland. The next fight's fucking dope, though.
Guys, Gillespie, who I think we all love, versus
CKB?
Brad Riddle. Ooh, Alex, we'll start with you. Who do you got?
Bro, you going based off of last fights, I mean, it's kind of hard to pick Gregor over Brad Riddell. I mean, Gregor's good, but I mean, he just got his head got kicked into aisle 47, right? So it's like Brad Riddell.
Yeah, but that was 2019, my guy.
I know, but like, bro, you're only as good as your last fight. Hey, I learned that from all this commentators saying that. But like,
I learned that from like the most common statement in MMA.
I don't know. Like, I like Gregor, but last time I seen a fight was that Brad Riddell has looked good and he's been more active, bro. I mean, I'm going to have to go. I want to go with Gregor, but I'm going to have to go with Brad Riddell on this one.
All right, Nick, who do you got? I will say Brad Riddell, just to add that he has, if you look at his last 3 fights at the UFC, he's beat people with fantastic last names. So that should say something. Look it up.
And that was my justification of why Gillespie is going to win.
Coelho, Mustafaev, Malarkey. Come on, bro.
I'm a big fan of Brad Riddell, City Kickboxing, but I got Gregor here. I think he's he got caught in his last fight. You know what I mean? Like against a pretty good guy in Kevin Lee, who had a big chip on his shoulder,
and he
took he ate that shit. He took 2 years off, 2019, right? So he took about 2 years off. He has the better wrestling. And I think he's a little more well-rounded, and he's like a really good wrestler, like very good, very good. So I think Gregor Gillespie is going to use his wrestling, to get the W.
I hope Gregor wins. I do.
You know what, guys?
Because if he wins, problem.
But guess what? He's not going to win.
Brad, but
he's not going to win because Brad Riddell is a problem. Bro, look at the last names of the guys he's beat. That's all I have to say. And keep in mind, he's from New Zealand. Australia and New Zealand got Corona on lockdown. He got this fight on lockdown. All right, guys. We also have Ty. Still in the UFC, Tayavasa.
Whoa,
what do you mean? He just won his last fight. What do you mean?
I thought he was on a five fight losing streak. No? Am I wrong?
He just knocked out Steven Struve.
Shit, quit fucking put some respect on his name.
Why are you playing with my boy's name?
Is that for real? I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
Bro, he knocked out Steven Struve.
He knocked out Steven Struve. I guess I was still in my mind of him losing 3 in a row. My bad.
That was before that, but he's changed now. So watch your mouth.
Transformation. Okay, fine. Alex, we'll start with you since you're so vocal about it, about your boy that has the same physical, beautiful body as you. Who do you got? Versus Don Tale. That's also a good name too. Damn.
Don Tale.
I don't got anything else to say, but Tai Tuivasa is knocking him out.
Ooh, Nick, what else you got to say? Think about the name. Don Tale. Like Don Tale
is cool, and his nickname is Lord Kong. Some people say it's just Kong, so that's pretty cool.
Lord Kong.
Oh, you're right. That's right up there with remember the name, bro.
Lord Kong. That's what it says on
And he
Google.
also trains at Bronx Hill MMA. That's a good team name. Bronx
That's what I'm
Hill.
saying. I think Ty is gonna beat him. He's gonna beat him.
And I think you both have biases because that name Ty has been in our mind frame throughout our entire careers as commentators for the UFC. So I'm gonna go with the new young blood, Don Tale.
Bro, Ty's still young, bro.
Yeah.
He's still a young blood himself.
Ty's 27. I thought he was like 38.
What's the name? Don Tale is
He's like 52.
29. Yeah, 52. He looked like he's 52.
It's like his son is Alex Olenek. Jeez. All right, guys. What else we got? Oh, Quepe Pigs versus Gustavo Lopez. I'm not too familiar with either of these guys, so Nick, you start first.
Gustavo fought in Combate Americas.
Oh my god.
He did, bro. He's a champion. He's 135 champion over there. He's good. He trains with Extreme Couture. Don't know much about the other guy, but Gustavo really impressed me in his first fight in the UFC where he took it like 2 days notice, fought in a weight class above him, and he finished out the fight. He didn't win, but he looked pretty impressive against a guy in a heavier weight class. So I'm going to go Gustavo Lopez. The guy's really good.
Is that fight still on? I don't even see it on the UFC website.
Oh wait, that fight's off, I think. Gosh, Nick. Oh,
Adrian Yanez. Who is
dead
that?
air.
I think I know.
Dead air.
Wait, Adrian Yanez is from the Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series, right?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Alex,
He's
pick
actually
one.
good. I'm gonna go with Adrian Yanez because that's the guy that I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
The fight's
I don't
still
really
on.
know. Is it still on? Okay, cool. Because I was like, wait, I can't find it.
If he's on contender,
I don't really know who the other guy was, so I was trying to look him up.
Yanez is that like he had that big knockout, right? He had that big knockout.
Yeah, and they
on
said
Contender
that. Yeah,
Series.
he looks like Jorge Masvidal when he's striking.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
okay, I got
He
him.
hit the head kick.
100%.
He hit the head kick.
I'm gonna go with Giannis as well. All right, guys, move on to the next one. We got Song Kenan. I don't know how to say his last name. Song, because he's from China. Song Kenan versus Max, not Tyson Griffin. Who do you guys got? You got 35-year-old Max Griffin or 31-year-old fighter with a 2-fight win streak? Song. Nick, what do you think?
We'll go with my Chinese brother. You already know. He's 6 foot.
I feel like you're a Malaysian. Uncle Roger.
Oh, whoa. I'm Malay.
I got.
He's good, bro.
Excuse me. I got Max Griffin
Really?
because he's
on a journey.
yeah.
Huh?
His afro looked kind of cool last fight, and he's with Team Alpha Male, so I got Max Griffin.
Oh, then for sure I'm voting against Max Griffin. I'm going to go with Song because Team Alpha Male doesn't know what they're doing because they never have a coach. It's just a dude. Everyone knows his name, Uriah Faber, but I don't think he's good at anything anymore. I don't believe in him. Shout out to Uriah Faber, though. You literally have destroyed so many careers. I don't know why, man. I used to love him. I'm the California. Like I used to cheer for him during the Mike Brown fight, for all the Aldo fight, and then I'm just like, dude, you're kind of weird, man.
You're like,
That's
stop
the first
using your elbows all the time.
That's the
Jeez,
first
bro.
WEC fight that I watched was him versus Mike Brown when Mike Brown knocked him out when Uriah was spinning off the cage and Mike Brown hit him with that cross.
Boom! I love that. And then I'm gonna go with Song. He got a KO in his last fight. We gonna bring another dub. All right, guys, our final one. I do not know who these fighters are. I apologize. Cheyenne Montserrat Ruiz. I believe she's Brazilian, or she's related to Ruiz, the boxer, Mexican.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Cheyenne Buys.
I like that name, so I'm gonna go with that. Because also, can't find it. Literally just lost it. A Best Buy tag. Ruined that.
I saw that. Where'd you get that from?
I used to work Best Buy. I told you that.
You didn't, bro.
Bro, how do you think I know what PCHO is? I worked there for Black Friday when I was living in Chicago.
And why would he just have a name tag?
Why would I
Best
just have a
Buy
name
anyway?
tag from Best Buy?
Hey, is that why it wasn't engraved in? Because you were seasonal?
He's trying to be like, oh, because you were.
You the inside,
He was like,
bro.
because you were seasonal.
Hey. You telling me that they didn't keep you on after seasonal?
No,
They
I
didn't
didn't.
call you back,
no,
bro?
You know what they actually did? She actually said you're really good.
I was-
Seasonal, your numbers were great, but I also had a job. I got a job as a junior agent at a model agency. What's up? I represented kids.
Okay, I was about to say, bro, because if you don't get kept on, I was about to say, if you don't get kept on after seasonal, bro, that means you was
Bro,
dog water.
dude, I didn't know
Dog water, bro.
At that time, I didn't know shit about computers, and I had to I basically would just read. I don't know how I did
tag.
I would
That's
just
how I
read
learned.
the tag, and they'd be like, "Oh, what's the difference between a 2-core and a 4-core?" I'm like, "Oh, more cores, more powerful. So you want to move with this, but you don't want just emails? Go with the 2-core." I BS so much on that, and I upsold keyboards and freaking mices, bro. Let's go.
That's how I learned. That's how I learned. They used to have those white tags with all the info on it, and you just play it off. You're like, yeah, so this one has and this one has this, and that, and you act like you know what you're talking about. Shit.
Hey,
fake it till you make it, baby. Let's go.
Cheyenne buys for all of us. Are we going with Best Buys? Cheyenne Best Buys. Dude,
Cheyenne Best Buys.
That should be her nickname for sure.
Wow.
Any shout outs to any of the other fighters? I'm going to give a shout out to Montel Jackson because I like the name. Don't know if he's a good fighter or not.
He is. He's a good fighter.
Let's see if you're lying. And lost his last fight. Decision to Brett Johns.
He's a good fighter. Macy Chiasen, I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
She's really good, and she also shops at Super Rare. Was popping. And the Leonardo Santos guy is actually really good. That guy versus Grant Dawson, that's actually a really good fight because Grant Dawson is, I think, undefeated in the UFC right now too.
Oh my gosh, Leonardo Santos though, that record's kind of fire, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But also fought Norman Park. That was 20 years ago. Norman Park, dude. He fought Norman Park in the UFC. I haven't heard that name in
so long.
He fought Norman Park in the UFC, which means this guy's been in the UFC forever.
Wow. I haven't heard that name in so long, dude.
Bro, Alex, actually, this is a good pick. He beat Norman Park, which I guess was what's kind of a name, not really. But
whatever happened to him, man?
He beat Escudero. That was a name at the time.
Yeah, Efren Escudero.
He beat Kevin Lee. This dude beat Kevin Lee. TKO. And then he beat
Efren Escudero's from Arizona.
Is he? Oh yeah, from the lab, right?
Wow.
Amazing, baby.
All right. Nick, you got a shout out fighter or what?
Yep, Trevin Giles, because his nickname is The Problem. Let's go.
Guys, those were our picks for today. I hope those helped you guys. We're glad the show's growing. That's all because of you guys answering questions about bubblegum. Man, I was surprised a lot of people wanted to answer the question about the gum. Didn't realize I was going to overshadow all our MMA stuff. Ridiculous.
Hey, I got a good question for them today, too.
All right, Alex, hit us with the question for today.
All right, when you order soup from a fucking delivery service, do you think they should just put fucking chopstick and a spoon for you in the bag? Yes or no?
Clearly, he's talking about an Asian restaurant because he said chopstick in the bag for you. Nick, let's make sure everyone answers that down below. Should a delivery service, clearly Asian, provide a spoon and chopsticks if they are serving you soup such as pho? Nick, what do you think?
Logically, yes. But nowadays, everyone asks for they do the check utensils thing, but they should. But also, they also think that you have silverware at home. So I don't know.
There we go.
Toss up.
I'm going to say they're expecting you to have a fucking spoon, that you're not going to cup it with your hand like you're eating, I don't know, chicken McNuggets.
Hey, cultures eat with their hands, so don't.
Yeah, Filipino.
Watch out. Hey, but also though, we're going to set up an Amazon wish list for Alex where we get him soup spoons and chopsticks for the house. All right.
For sure. Guys, answer that question down below. Also, I think I'll talk to the guys about it if they want to do another watch party or not. But we'll decide we'll let you guys know on social media if we decide to do another watch party for the big UFC card. And guess what, guys? We have a guest coming on next week. It's gonna be great. He or she is fantastic.
Fantastic.
So be ready for next week. It's gonna be great. We love you so much. Follow Alex at Left God on everything, including Twitch. Follow Nick at Nick the Ear on the Instagram. And also follow Aljamain Sterling. It's Tiff's fiance. And he's terrible.
Fuck that. No. Tiff ain't marrying nobody else now. Just
you
Nick.
were so okay to matchmaker that
baby.
now you're not, bro. What's wrong with that? Guys, follow me at Gilbert for all your CDC updates because
she said he has a
concussion.
She said he has a concussion, by the way. So whatever.
Really?
They're on talking terms right now.
They're on talking terms. That's our show. We love you so much. Put down below, answer that question, and also make sure you hit the notifications. You subscribe, and also like this video. I'm forgetting everything.
He didn't mean to restart the song. He didn't mean to restart the song.
That's why I'm vamping right now.
And R.I.P. to Marvin Hagler.
Oh yeah, R.I.P. Marvin Hagler.
Also, David Bowie. What's up?